Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Today is my plant update Tuesday. I want to give you updates on all my plants that I'm taking care of. First, we're going to get to my roses, which have been in here for about a week now. You see there's like no developments yet. We're supposed to check on these, see if they're still wet. So every day I go in here, I just feel it's still wet. So I'm going to quickly put these back in the refrigerator because we're trying to fake winter to get them to grow. So I'm going to quickly put these back in my refrigerator here. Okay, next we're going to get to my Christmas cactuses. I moved them from over here because I'm trying to make more room for when I buy more orchids, Phalaenopsis orchids. I have somewhere to put them. So first we're going to start with my aloe plant. I just keep this in the kitchen because there's room up there. So I'm just going to feel and see if I need to put water on here. And it feels dry, so I'm going to put some water on that. I just use spring water, whatever we have. I like to use room temperature water just because I do that for the orchids. I want to do that for my aloe as well, but since it doesn't need to have a specific water, I just pour it in here. So what I usually do is I pour around the plant so it doesn't get directly on it. Another thing from planting orchids here. So I'm just putting a little bit on each side so it will grow. I noticed Saturday when I was mowing the lawn that we have an aloe plant out there, so I have choices here. Next are the Christmas cactuses here. I still have one over there, but there's this one. There's no really new developments. They're still the same shade. There's not going to probably be any developments until around Thanksgiving time. So as before, I'm just going to pour some water. Yeah, because they're dry. You're supposed to let them dry out before you water them in because they are in the cactus family, I believe. So as before, I'm just going to pour around the plant here. Just like a little bit all around, like that. There we go. And that's what I'm going to do for those. We're going to get to my other Christmas cactus here. While we're talking about Christmas cactuses. This one seems to be doing quite well. It's very green. I love it. And it's dry as well. So we're just going to put some rest of this water in here. Which I love this soil. I have it over here. It's Miracle Grow Moisture Control Potting Soil. I love this one so much. It's what I use when I use plants that are not my orchids. Because I'm giving up on the bark chip on my orchids and just going full water culture on all of them. It's going to save me lots of money. So first, we're going to look at my first orchid I ever purchased. When I didn't know what the hell I was doing. But it's that time of week where I need to change him. I showed a picture of them today and they said that he had too much water, so I'm going to reduce the water here after I change it and try to make it as little as possible. I did put a line on my cup here, but I'm going to have to change that. So I'm using my distilled water, which I keep in here. It's room temperature all the time. So I know you can't see me, but I'm just going to put a little bit in. So this is what you're going to see me do until I know the right amount for this orchid anyway. Because this orchid just has that one root right there. So I want to make sure it's getting enough water, but not too much. So I'm just trying to put them in. See, this glass actually works perfectly for it. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm just going to leave them like that for now. Kind of defeats my purpose of spraying this little root right there. That kind of defeats the purpose, because what I read is you're supposed to spray the root until it starts growing. It was growing. It was showing a new leaf. So I don't know how that's supposed to work, if I'm supposed to keep just that much in there and this root doesn't get any water. I don't know. I guess I could always just take it out and spray it, which kind of defeats the purpose. Which is what I'm going to do. I like to turn it to its side right here and just spray it completely without getting it on the crown of the orchid, like that. And as you can see, once you spray it, if you just like to spray it, it turns green again, which is really good, and it really makes me happy. So I'm just going to put this guy back in the little cup right there. I don't know if that's enough water. I'm going to post this on the orchid group, and if you guys are watching this, I hope you can see that clearly. Is that enough water for this guy, since he just has this run root right there? Don't know if that's enough water. A little worried about that. So that's that orchid. Next is this guy. I think this is the one they were talking about I needed less water in. I'm going to do that like I did the first one. Just going to take this guy out. Look at that. So many beautiful roots. I love it. There's roots on that side. There's roots on this side. It's growing a new leaf. I'm really, really happy with this one. I think this one's making a comeback, so I'm going to toss the water like I do every week. And I'm just going to fill up a little bit at a time until I find the right height for this guy. So as before, I'm just putting a little bit, not too much. And we're going to see if this is enough for this guy. So we're just going to put him in. And we're going to see. Yeah, that's like the bad thing with this cup. It's like I wanted a clear cup. It's the best one I got. Without it, like, I had like little mugs. They weren't little, they were big enough to fit this guy. But I had mugs, and I had to take them out every day just to check on them. I didn't want to do that. So I think I have him just right, like that. Just not a lot of water going to the roots. So what I'm going to do is, you're not supposed to pour on the crown. You're supposed to pour on the side. So I'm going to try to hold this up so I can show you guys what I'm doing. I'm pouring on this side where the crown is not visible at all. Don't want to get crown rot because that scares me. So I'm just going to pour up a bit right there. Should be enough, I think. So again, to my orchid group friends, there are noises going on from there and it's scaring me a bit. I keep the door open because Koji, my 11-year-old now, Jack Russell, has to go around a lot. So it's great to keep the door open. So for my orchid full water culture group members, is this the right amount? I'm showing you both sides. Is this the right amount of water? If not, let me know and I'll take some out. But I think, yeah, I think that's the right amount. I hope so. Because if these are the right amount for both these orchids, I'm going to mark the cups. Don't want to mark them yet though. I hope that's enough water. This guy, the plan was to show you how I bring this guy to full water culture, but I can't. I wait till these fall off on their own, or it takes a little effort to fall off, but I'm not showing any signs yet. It's like, these are like woody. I don't know what that means. These are firm and These like woody feel. I don't know what that means for the stems. I know what that means for the roots, but I don't know what that means for the stems. So, hopefully, by next week, you can see like on the leaves, it's starting to turn brown. And the leaves are starting to fall over, which scares me. So the plan is, by next week, these should fall by then. So by next week, I will show you how I transport this guy from this bark and whatever else is in it. I have no idea. I got it from my local grocery store, so I don't know what else is in it. I'm trying to get the roots without the sun coming straight from my face. And the roots still look good, so I don't have to water this guy yet. Which, if he can make it another week, he'll be in full waterculture, which is awesome. And the plan is, until I get some vases, I'm going to use these mason jars that I bought for another purpose. But they should, I think they'll work for now, for this guy anyway. Not for these. I did find some vases on Amazon that I really liked and I think are really going to be really big for. I'm trying to remember where I put my tablet. I'm going to go get my tablet so I can show you guys what I'm talking about. Alright, here. So, I want to ask my orchid group members here. Let me find it. Here they are. So, these are the vases I found on Amazon that I really like. I think they're big enough for Phalaenopsis orchids. But just leave in the comments below if you think they're big enough or if you think I have to go bigger. I'm going to show the picture again. That's how they look, and there's another picture. Shows with roses. Let me know if you think these are a big enough vase for Phalaenopsis orchids, because that's all I carry is Phalaenopsis. They're like my specialty, I guess. So tell me if those are big enough, and also tell me if the water in these orchids are enough. So here's my first orchid. I'm going to show you guys again. There's my first orchid. Show the others. It only has this one root right here. That's the only root it has. So I don't know if that's enough. Or if I have to flip this over again and start spraying it every morning. Like I'm used to doing anyway. And here's this guy. Again, let me know if this is enough water for both of my orchids. And the way you can tell them apart is this one's number 2. So just tell me if number 1 or number 2 has enough water in their cups now. So this one right here is number 1, which only has that one root right there, which is still firm, so I'm not too worried. And this one is number 2. I have it that way, so, because that one that's in this little martini looking glass is the first orchid I ever purchased, and I knew very little about it when I bought it. And this is my second orchid. That's why I'm calling it number 1 and number 2. That way nobody gets confused. See, there's these. I don't know if these are roots in the back right there. I'm trying to show you guys. Oh my goodness. But they're right there on here. And I don't know if they're supposed to, if they're roots or if they're going to be stems. I have no idea. So again, guys, tell me if my Phalaenopsis number 1 and number 2 have enough water. I want to make sure they have enough water, but not too much, because they have very little roots and that one just has 1. And also tell me if these vases are going to be big enough for them. I hope so. Well, I like them. Not that expensive. So that's going to be it for today's video. I almost said tutorial. Don't know why. So hopefully by next week, this guy's flowers will fall. And next week I'll show you how I transport it from the bark chips and whatever else is packed in. I don't know. I basically saved this guy because I was at the store and I bought this guy. They had like a dozen or so Phalaenopsis orchids, and they look pretty. I had this guy, it was full of blooms. The following week I went back to the grocery store and they were all dead. And this guy's made it for about a good month now without dying, which tells you a lot. Store didn't know what they were doing. So that's going to be it for today's video. Let me know in the comment section if number 1 orchid and number 2 orchid have enough water in the cups. I'll show you again. Here's number 1. There's number 1, just has that one root that's still pretty firm. And here is orchid number 2. Try not to tip him so much. There's the other side of it. And also, let me know if you believe that these vases are going to be big enough for a Phalaenopsis orchid. I hope so. I really like them. And they come in a pair, so it's always good. So that's for today's video. Leave the comments below if you think that's enough water for my orchids, and if you think that's going to be big enough for my orchids for the vases. Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that subscribe button. I do this every week. I do tutorials on Wednesdays if I happen to have one, which I will have one soon because I'm actually in the middle of creating a crochet pattern, and once that's finished, I'll start doing a tutorial series because it's going to take me longer than one tutorial to get through that pattern, trust me. And Thursday through Monday I do vlogs. I have a planner full of vlogs, trust me. And every month when there is a WWE pay-per-view, I give my predictions on the day of, and I give my results the day after. I do that monthly. So if you are a WWE fan, or you like seeing my plant updates, or you like to see my tutorials or my vlogs, please hit that subscribe button and please like and share. Thank you so much. All my email lists, social media links, and Facebook blog link will be in the description below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you again soon.